This is the final video in the cigar box violin series. I did a little bit of work off camera. Here I created a little bit of a saddle, as you can see, and that goes with this tail piece that I cut off here and then just drilled holes in, and that actually fits pretty nicely because of the way that the right angle we've got here. So then the saddle and the tailpiece fit pretty well there. And then I've got these rubber bands to help me adjust the bridge, which you'll see in a minute. I added the extension and put the neck on it, and then I planed down the back here and created this little tab. And so that's going to end up on here somewhere like that. And that's just going to be for added support, give it like a little extra tab there, and then I'll probably sand down these hard edges to make it feel more like a normal neck when it's all done. You know, it's like really blocky, and then you just kind of work it back into something more natural. So the next step is getting the bridge exactly where you want it. I made this little meter here. It measures exactly to where a bridge should be. It's not perfectly straight, but it's a good approximation. So I kind of pull my bridge to exactly where I want it. Bow, right at the 330. And then the next step is, I already did this, but I'll take a pencil and I'll run it down the end of the fingerboard here to draw the line across the bridge so that I know I'm following the contour of the fingerboard. And this fingerboard in particular, I used it because it was kind of messed up and I didn't want to twist the neck too hard to get it aligned, but the fingerboard is set a little bit funny on the neck. And so the neck is actually pretty straight, but the fingerboard rides a little high up on the left side, on the treble side. So, you know, I'll just account for that with how you cut the bridge, and that's what the pencil does, is it makes sure that the string height is the same across no matter what your fingerboard's doing, no matter what your bridge is doing. You're going to end up with a cut that's going to make the strings feel right and have the right height. So I drew the string markers there with my template, and then actually I have individual files that are all the perfect string width to do the file, to do the nut and to do the bridge slots here. All right, I'm not going to do this bridge totally, but theoretically one of the steps is also to thin it out a lot. So you put it on a plane like this and you just pull the pieces off. You can't really tell, but I'm getting a good chunk here. And we don't need to get into it, but there's a certain shape that a bridge should be and certain thickness at certain parts, and I'm just going to approximate that a little bit and throw this thing on. Now for a part you probably weren't expecting. To be able to bow this thing, you need to have cutouts. And also, we haven't put F-holes in this yet. So actually I'm going to cut out the entire side of this thing all the way down through to the lower layer here. And so I'm going to basically get a saw and just cut huge chunks out of this. It'll make sense when it's all together because it's just basically unplayable like this right now because of the width. It's almost done. I got my sound holes, which are basically working like an F-hole, but also gives me the ability to bow through the string. Then I got this meter here to help me figure out where the bridge actually goes. So I want to get as close as I can. And then I made this sound post, and I already measured it. And so I'm going to push this back in to like here. And then I'll tighten the strings. Right now they're so loose I could pull the bridge up if I wanted. So there's the sound post. And it's kind of right where it should be. And so then when I tighten these strings, that's going to lock that in, and I'll basically be done. And it's done. See that? Pretty good resonance. I suck at violin, but I just wanted to prove that this actually works.